St. Lucia Bureau of Standards Director Vinnie Manuel has won a defamation case against Hot 7 TV. The High Court on April 29, 2025, awarded him damages over alleged false claims aired in a September 2022 broadcast, according to attorney Peter Marshall. The allegations surfaced during coverage of industrial relations tensions at the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards. Justice Alvin Parasing found that the broadcast, which reportedly accused Mr. Emmanuel of corruption, tyranny, and mismanagement, was based on an anonymous, unverified source.
The judge found was that there was certain standards which fell short of responsible journalism, and as such, the defenses which were raised by Hot 7 TV failed to exonerate them.
Marshall noted the court concluded the reporting lacked key elements of responsible journalism, including source verification and balanced reporting. In addition to general damages, Hot 7 TV was ordered to cover Mr. Emmanuel's legal costs and interest.
They were awarded to Mr. Emmanuel not as punitive damages, but really just to ensure that the defendants understand their responsibility to proper journalism and to put the defendant in, compensate him rather for the loss of reputation that he would have suffered as a result of the news broadcast.
Veteran journalist, HTS and radio host on Radio 100, Stanley Lucian, weighed in on the impact of the judgment on the media fraternity.
First of all, is to express empathy with a fellow broadcaster experiencing such an ordeal. And it's the worst of outcomes that you ever expect. But having said that, it's an occupational hazard. Anytime you're into broadcasting, you're into publishing generally, there's always a risk of exposure to defamation.
Any word of advice for young journalists and editors on how to avoid such outcomes?
Well, first of all, don't be too hasty to publish a broadcast. Check, double check and check again. Secondly, use language. It's your tool. So you may want to report a particular thing, but you couch it in such a way that protects you. In other words, you don't take ownership of that particular statement, but you make it exceedingly clear that this is a statement by someone and that it's not necessarily the truth. That's one of the ways that you can protect yourself. But you always need to be super cautious and very careful just to safeguard yourself, because a defamation lawsuit, when it goes against you, can be devastating to any institution.
With years of experience in broadcast and radio journalism, Lucian cautions both newcomers and veterans across all media platforms, including print, radio, TV, blogs, and social media, not to be too proud to apologize when proven wrong.
A word of caution for everyone to be on their guard always. And if you think you've got it wrong, issue an apology as early as possible, because the absence of malice effectively mitigates, so that's just a caution.
Could this matter have been avoided? Attorney at law Peter Marshall notes that avenues were extended to rectify the issue, but allegedly none were heeded.
We are happy that our client's rights were protected, and we are happy that he was vindicated. It's unfortunate that we had to reach to this point to file a suit and have it litigated in court, and we would rather not have done so, but in the circumstances where the statements which were published by the defendants were untrue, and there was a refusal to retract those statements or even make an apology, we had no choice but to pursue this action.
Mr. Emmanuel's legal team emphasized his continued commitment to upholding consumer protection and environmental safety through the development and enforcement of national standards. Newsforce reached out to Hot 7 for comment. Representatives from the media house stated that they are currently in discussions with their legal counsel on the way forward.